the end of last month, we began considering cargoes, Aframaxes that loaded at Corpus Christi and Ingleside and Nederland and Beaumont into our assessment. And we expect that more and more cargo activity will come into AGS. But maybe since that involved setting normalization factors and evaluating how those markets relate to Houston, maybe you can share a little bit of what your team saw and why we set the normalization factor where we did.
Yeah, so we had that cargo reported at Corpus Christi, and what we saw on that day, and this was, I wouldn't say a surprise, but certainly nice to see, was that we had multiple pipeline deals at that point that have been reported to us. So we run a kind of rolling volume weighted average for the day as we are entering transactions into our databases. So we knew where the VWA volume weighted average was going to be for AGS. Then we got the cargo deal, and this was a cargo that was done against ICE Brent, which is standard practice in the industry, right? So when we converted that deal back to an outright price and adjusted it to Echo, what we saw was that the value was within a few cents of where the running volume weighted average for the day had been based on pipeline transactions. So what that is telling us is that the adjustment really is accurate because it's lining up the waterborne at one location with pipeline at two locations. So we had three different locations normalized back to Echo, and they all came within a very small range of each other. So that tells you those factors are working, are doing their job, because ultimately that's what you want to do. If it's the same commodity, i.e. WTI, that's trading at different locations, once you adjust it, they should all be pretty similar in value. And so that's what actually happened in practice. And that's nice to see because, you know, we talk about all these things in theory, but markets are markets and you never know how things are going to shake out in the end.